Okay, so first I just want to show how to pin the buccal ganglion. Basically, this ganglion is already pinned, but we can notice that the nerves are not stretched enough yet, but the whole layout of the nerve are pretty good. So what we're going to do is just grab the pin and move the pin to the further position and pin it down. Okay, then the other side. And it also adjusts the vagus nerve NI2 to be in the middle. So if the buccal ganglion is not attached to cerebral, then we can just pin at the end of the CBC. But since it's this time the buccal ganglion is still attached, and we cannot pin in the middle of the nerve. But if we still want to stretch the nerve, we can use a bend pin. Like we can bend the pin like this, and then grab the pin and stretch the nerve and pin it down. And yeah. So by doing this, we can have pretty good stretch on the nerve and stabilize the buccal ganglion more. Okay, then we can use the forceps tip to gently touch the nerve and feel if the tension is good enough. If it's not good enough, we can just gently adjust it again. See, we can still stretch it. Oops. Yeah, sometimes you may lose the nerve during stretching, so you just have to repin it. Oops. Mm. Okay. Yeah, this is tight, pretty tight. Yeah. Okay. So the pinning is basically done on the nerves. To further stabilize the ganglion, we can also add some pins between the nerves, like here, between BN2 and BN3. Yeah, notice that this is rare situation when BN2 and BN3 are actually joined together at its origin. Look at the right side, it's like separated, but this is like together. Cool. So I think the painting is done. Alright, so right now we're focusing on the left side of the ganglion. Since this ganglion is placed the rostral side up, um, so okay, first I think we can actually basically see some very large neurons, motor neurons here. Like this one might be B3, this one might be B6, and these here might be B4, B5, and then this is the side for the small sensory neurons. So first thing we're gonna do is to trim the ganglion. Okay. Okay, grab the sheath. You have to adjust the dish just to make it easier for the hand. Okay. So first we start from the small neuron side. Just grab the sheath. You can like doing this, stretch it a little to see where you want to cut, and then where's my scissor? Yeah, okay. You can start cutting away the sheath. Cutting away the sheath along the edge of the ganglion. Do not open the ganglia at this moment. So here we can see the nerve, so do not cut into the nerve. Just go along the nerve. Okay. And then rotate the dish to show the big neuron side. And this time we can start from the middle of the ganglion. So we have to start from the side of CBC. Just grab some sheath. And then cutting away the excess sheath. While you cut, you can always like stop and adjust dish. Yeah, also don't cut into the neurons at this time. till here. Alright, so both sides are trimmed. Then the third step of thinning the sheath is start from the middle of the ganglion. Okay, start from the middle of two ganglion, and then try to cut away the sheath on top of the ganglion. So first, grab some sheath in the middle, and can like doing this to see how thick the sheath is, because you don't want to cut into the neurons. And then you make an incision here in the middle, like a horizontal one, and you peel the sheath off a little while you cut, and then continue the cut and continue peel it off. Yeah, we can see there's still some sheath left. Then just repeat the work. Okay. Okay. Right now, compare the two ganglion. We can see like the left one is much clearer than the right one, and you can see through the sheath to see some shape of the neurons. I can just grab some sheaths and see if we did a good job. Yeah, I think there's still something left here. Okay. Then we can go to the next stage. Just try to remove the complete top part of the sheath. So we start from the small sensory neuron part. Since the neurons of interest for this experiment is at this area, so we have to pay attention to this. It's grabbing some sheaths. And open the sheaths. So the small neurons are exposed. And then the second cut is going to be either just across the ganglion to here, or it could be like this. Since our neurons of interest is here, we don't want to do this at the beginning. So we can grab the top sheath of this opening like this and insert the scissor tip into it and start cut away. So you can see like this sheath is open more at the side. It's open until here. We can continue to do that. And during this process, we can always stop and adjust the scope. Try to have a better focus, because you don't want to cut into any neurons. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Then rotate the dish. So we're going to deal with the sheath on the side. It's basically the same thing. You grab some part of the top sheath. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to grab the sheath because you can see very well. Then you need to adjust the dish and adjust the focus. Yeah, so we can see the edge of the sheath of this part is here. Then the edge of the sheath should be here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We need to grab the sheath. Insert the scissor underneath the sheath and make the opening bigger. So see, we basically have the ganglia open. So we can see like most of the large neurons on the side are in very good shape, like intact, not destroyed. And then the final step is just to cut away all the excess sheaths, and then we're done. So here, since this part is that a B80, which now? A B64. So we want to be particular careful at this area. So yeah, like we have to grab the sheath and see clearly where it goes, if it's still attached to the neurons. And when we cut it, we should try to point the scissor. Well, the scissor will be inserted underneath the sheath, but when we cut it, we should point the scissor up, so we won't touch the neurons underneath. Then you can see here the sheath is basically just opened, and then cut it away. Okay. Yeah. Also grab this part and gently cut away. This area is where the nerves start, so it's also very easy to destroy the axons here. Okay. Also grab the sheath here. Yes. So it's basically separated from the cell. I probably touched some neuron. Okay. Yep. Alright. So I think in this case, this neuron and this neuron might be B80, B80A, B82. Oh, I touched it. Then finally, we just go to the part with most of the motor neurons for I1 through muscle. Okay. So oops. Yeah. Yeah, we can see like this neuron here seems still a little attached to the sheath by tubercular. So the trick here is we cannot directly cut the sheath away because it will damage the neuron immediately. Then what we should do is try to use the blade of the scissor to gently touch the neuron and kind of separate it from the sheath. And then we can cut it. See? Alright. So this sheath, after we cut away it from the neurons until the middle part of the ganglion, we can completely remove it, or we can leave it, because sometimes if we want to rotate the ganglion like this, see if the neurons is at the border, or maybe on the collar side, we want to rotate the rotate the ganglion, we can use the pin to pin on this part of the sheath here, and then grab it here. It has to be like this. Yeah, this is a better way. So use one forceps to grab the sheath, and then we can rotate the ganglion, and then pin it down. See. So that's done.